Hello again, everyone. Age of June here, and we're back with another League of Legends Shoutcast. This particular one, I came here to look for Krepo, and according to his stream at least, this is actually EG's Altec. I wanted to go ahead and get a cast of their bot lane, EG's bot lane, because I have not actually done so in quite some time. I realized it's been since 2013 since I last cast a Krepo game. He's in the LCS too, so I wanted to go ahead and cast one with him. This is actually going to start 20 seconds in, but that's really no big deal. And we'll see how this ends up going. I'd really like to see them do well again in this game. Honestly, I kind of feel sorry for EG, because they've really been struggling in the LCS. And I don't know, it really makes me feel bad for them, I'd love to see them do well, but at the same time, I want to see them lose because they're against the teams that I really, really like. So, I mean, it's kind of a little bit of both ways here. We actually see a little bit of early just ward control there by Altec. He's just doing a little bit of harass there onto Kog'Maw as well. Not really a big deal. That's definitely going to heal up long before actual laning begins. So it's not really going to matter. And we do actually have Krepo just kind of hanging around in this bush here. Just keeping an eye out to make sure that the Lee Sin does not come in the Solo King. Alright, while we're waiting for the action to start, we're going to put everybody in order here. We've got the Axis top playing the Jax. He's going to be against Irelia here, played by the Eggmen. Mid lane, we've got a Lulu, played by the Baby Zeus. And she's going to be against Veigar, played by Strumpus. So that's kind of cool. I haven't seen a Veigar in a long time. He's headed out there now. I think he just bought an extra pot, yeah? I believe so. Almost certain. Yeah, I think he hung out at the fountain so he could go ahead and buy that pot. Alright, down in the bot lane, we've got Latman playing the Kog'Maw. And he's going to be against, like I mentioned before, EG Altec playing the Tristana over here. The supports, we've got Thresh played by J New Era. And he's going to be against Krepo on Kreported, playing as Morgana. And then we've got the junglers here. We've got Lee Sin, played by the Solo King, and actually a Riven, played by Gosu4. I've not actually seen a jungle Riven in a long time. I myself used to do it, and it ended up, kind of falling off in usefulness, so I definitely stopped doing it. I felt really useless. She's not able to scale enough, so I stopped playing her. We do have an invade here coming from the Lee Sin. I saw that she actually had predicted this. She called it in the first 30 seconds, saying, hey, I expect he's going to go ahead and come for me. Please be ready to back me up. And he did indeed. She's going to come into this bush. She immediately sees he's at the red buff. She knows exactly where he is. She said, please come help me, Veigar. But Lulu knew this was going to happen. So Lulu was already shoving this wave. There's really nothing Veigar can do without sacrificing farm. However, there is something Jax can do. Because Jax was able to push his lane because he was actually paying attention earlier, and he made sure to go ahead and shove that lane. Also, he's Jax, so he's able to do it. Nice smite secure there by the Riven, making sure that Lee Sin's not going to get that. A very nice smite indeed. And, oh, nice. Stunned by Veigar. Got the flash out of Lulu, but she's got Jax going in on her. The Q from the Lee Sin landed onto the Jax, however. That was shut down, but Riven got the second blood there onto Lulu. So this is actually a little bit of both ways for them. Yeah, Jax just got CS. He did just, lose his life. He lost a lot of CS, a lot of XP, a lot of just time up here. But at the same time, he did get that. He's coming back to lane with 2 Doran's Blade. If Irelia doesn't go back and really capitalize on the benefits she gained from this, she's going to end up coming out behind. So we'll have to see what ends up happening there. Nice grab there onto Krepo. And we actually saw that kill went to Thresh, which is not so good for them, as considering Tristana was able to get a kill onto Thresh herself. Yeah, the kill went to Thresh. Even though Kog'Maw flashed for it, it went to Thresh, which is actually really going to hurt them because his flash is down. Tristana's flash, not down. Both of Krepo's summoners are down, but all of the enemy bot lane's summoners are down. So that's definitely going to help them quite a bit. And we do actually have the gank coming in here from Lee Sin onto the Jax. Dodges the Q, but there's the flash from from Lee Sin. Doesn't matter. He's able to jump to the minions and then jump on out of there. He's actually fine. It looks like Riven is on her way. That was actually her on the way ping. Not that we were able to see the lines, but there's an on the way ping. You can tell by the sound, and she is indeed on the way. So we'll see if she ends up going for this. We actually do see Irelia headed back now, but XP-wise, I'm not sure that she's that much ahead of him because he has a huge wave here. He's being able to go ahead and farm up. He's going to hit 4 before she gets back. I don't think... Yeah, he's still going to be behind her. She's nearly 5. But level-wise, they're actually equivalent. She did go ahead and grab a longsword as well as a Doran's Blade, so she's definitely ahead of him there. She definitely has that extra stuff. But he does have a teleport. She just teleported back to lane. If he wanted to right now, he could go back. He's got only 475 gold, but that is enough for a longsword of his own if he decides he wants that. Did not land the stun there, and that's actually going to hurt him quite a bit. He may end up being forced back soon because of that right there. Riven's just jungling at the moment. Lee Sin looks like he came in for another gank there, but Vygar's a little too pushed to be able to gank. So that didn't end up happening. And now we actually see him. Oh, never mind. He's just going through the jungle here. Jax is going to go ahead and go back, like I mentioned before. And he's going to come back to lane with a little bit. He's not going to come back to lane with a ton. As, you know, he's got, what, 600 gold. So yeah, he ended up getting another Doran's Blade. That's kind of interesting. That's not at all what I expected. Another Thresh lands onto Krepo. In comes Lee Sin, lands the slow. That is a dead Krepo. Goodbye, Krepo. But Tristana didn't die. So she's not going to get too far behind, although, of course, she is going to get behind because she's still zoned by these guys. She's not going to be able to CS safely. Not at all. Nope, no stun for you, but he did get a little bit of harass on her. She was also able to get some harass back on him. Lee Sin's coming in for the gank, but so is Riven. So that ward's picking up the Lee Sin. He actually doesn't know it. In goes the Riven now, and all of a sudden Lee Sin's in a bit of trouble there. Out comes the Lulu ulti. Lulu's actually 6 already. There's the stun, though, from the Vygar. Not going to be able to do nearly enough, though. And, yeah, they're going to get out of this without actually too much health lost to begin with. On the plus side for Vygar, though, he's still, he's still doing his Q. He's 13 up now. So that's definitely helping him there. And, that late game scaling, he's going to be nasty. Looks like Irelia somewhat froze the lane. Not completely, though, as it is finally shoving out now. And Jax is going to be able to get some CS soon. As of right now, he's just kind of hanging out in the bush. He knows he's not going to safely get the CS because Irelia is a little too strong for that. She's actually level 6. If they decided to fight, he would come out behind. So what he's doing is he's just sitting in that bush, just going to go and grab the XP. Because then he can hit the 6. And that will make him possibly at least able to survive a fight, if not win it. I highly doubt he'll be able to win it quite yet. Look with triple Dorans, who knows? That's pretty nasty. There's a ping down here from the blue team. I'm not sure what they're going to go. May see a hook come out here from Thresh soon. Nope. Red team, the EG bot lane, being a little bit too defensive here. They're not going to get grabbed, and they're going to be fine. And there we go. Jax is finally able to CS. He's actually 32 to 57, so he's definitely behind here. But honestly, that's not really too big of a surprise. It is Jax. He's got that weaker early game, but if he can make it to late game, he's going to be super deadly. And that's exactly what they need to try and prevent, because you do not want the enemy Jax to be getting to the late game stage. I actually got to experience that one again recently. It was only team builder, so it didn't matter too much, but I was jungle, I did what I could to shut him down, and he ended up making it to the late game anyway, and it was just bad. It was bad. It was very painful, and we ended up losing that one. Pretty bad. Alright, Lulu's actually coming up here for a gank. There's also a gank down there. We'll come back up to Lulu in a moment. We're going to go ahead and follow this one for the moment, though. And there we go. They're going in. The Thresh is taking a little bit of damage. In comes the Riven. Already queued up the ult. Lands the ult onto the Thresh, which does allow them to go ahead and secure this kill there. Krepo actually secures it with Ignite. Flashed, ignited, but he ended up going down for it to Kog'Maw. And I'm actually not quite sure that's worth it. Lulu's coming in for that gank up here, going for the Jax. He landed the stun on her. Oh, one more auto attack and he would have been fine. In comes the Vygar. Gonna go ahead and flash for this, actually. He might actually be able to take down the Irelia. No, oh, he turned on the Lulu. And yeah, he's definitely going to be able to take down the Arel. He actually got a double kill. Nicely played there by him. He saw Lulu come back in and he, you know, it's Veigar. His ult just destroys AP carries. So he used the ult on her, which just insta-burst her down. And then he finished the Irelia off. Now, she was already weak from his Meteor. So that was actually very well played indeed. Got him a double kill. He's going to come back to lane a whole lot more deadly. Definitely a decent amount ahead of the Lulu there. It's actually got the Fiendish Codex there. She's only got the Chalice of Harmony, which does not actually add any AP. She also has the Amplifying Tome, which is the 20 AP. But he's still got more AP and more CDR. And he's got that Scaling Q, which is now at extra 34 AP. So, we'll have to see what ends up happening there. It's going to be a little bit more unpleasant, though, for the Lulu either way. Did Lee Sin get that red from up here? I think he stole Riven's red. I'm not 100% certain. We'll see in a moment. I could go back in time, but honestly, it doesn't matter that much. I'll just see when she goes to it. A little bit of trading there. Jackson's actually doing quite a bit of damage there to her. And yeah, red is indeed gone. Lee Sin's here, and he's actually going to go for Riven from the looks of it. She's about to have a bad time. Oh, never mind. Dashed away, and he missed his Q. She's fine. And, oh, Jax actually got really low there. He's going to have to watch out, because if Lee Sin wanted to, he could go ahead and come on up here. But not going to end up happening. Jax successfully made it back. He's going to be fine. And Riven's actually doing her best to get here as soon as possible to make sure this tower takes as little damage as possible. Lulu's going to go ahead and grab her blue, given to her by Lee Sin, of course. And meantime, Viker's like, hey, I don't know where he is. Watch out. Down the bot lane, it's just a mostly fairly boring farm lane. Kog'Maw's at 89, Tristana's at 82. I'm kind of curious to see how this one goes, because both of those champions are actually really strong in the late game. Oh, nice dash there by Aurelia. Got stunned. Gets stunned again by Jax. Yep. I think she's going to go down. Really close. It's really close. She's going to go down now. Yep. Leap strike there from Jax. She goes down. He's now 1-2-3, and she is 1-2-0, so he's actually ahead of her kill death assist-wise. Think he might be a little ahead in gold. A little, not much. The CS mostly evened up the difference there. Not quite, though. It was about 100 gold difference. And, of course, he is going to be able to widen that because he's depriving her of the CS right now. So, it may end up snowballing out of control later. A gank coming out of the Veigar. Nice stun gate there. Followed by the BM laugh. I like it. Not really BM, but either way, it's a laugh. Very nicely done, actually. And now in goes the Riven onto Lulu. She's like, holy crap. There's the stun gate, and she's probably dead here. She's really close. Yeah, I think she's going to die. The Q goes on to Riven. Riven's doing her best to finish off the Lulu. Lulu might survive this. And Riven goes back to try to help the Veigar. Misses her extra Q and does not end up popping the Lee Sin up. So Lee Sin is actually able to get a double kill there. And that ended up turning around pretty rapidly on them. They almost killed the Lulu. One more shot would have killed her, but they didn't get that shot. And now she's able to shove this to the tower. They may end up getting this tower because Lee Sin and Lulu together are able to clear out the tower pretty fast, especially with Lee Sin. I mean, Lee Sin has that auto attack bonus from his passive, and he's able to do some really nasty things to towers. Yeah, down it goes indeed. And of course, Tristana and Morgana, they're having to play fairly cautious. That just barely missed that guy too. And Irelia is doing her best to make sure this tower goes down. It is going to go down. But that is going to make it a whole lot more lane for Jax to farm up. And he may be able to freeze this if he wants to. We'll see if he will. I actually wouldn't be surprised to see him do so. He's probably going to go to golems a lot. Nope, just kidding. He's going to walk around. What's this? I don't know. I don't know what that was. Lots of be careful pings, though. And there we go. He is actually kind of freezing it here. We'll see if he continues to freeze it, but it kind of looks like it because he's not shoving it. Although now he is actually shoving it. Probably because of the fact that he saw Irelia come down there. He doesn't want them to be able to go for that free dragon. You notice that she headed down there early, which means she's not going to have to use her teleport. Just kidding. She already used her teleport. So it's actually down. Lands the slow there onto Veigar. Does not land the stun. In comes Riven. Lands her stun. These guys are going to have to try to get out. Nice stun gate there from Veigar, though. So Veigar's going to get out. But there's actually a 5-man team down here. And Veigar got low enough that he's not... Well, they may end up contesting this. I don't know. It kind of looks like the red team possibly intends to contest. No, Veigar's going to go ahead and head back. Jax is going to go ahead and shove this up. He's going for that tower. He's going to be able to get that tower. There's no teleport there from the Irelia, so she's not going to be able to defend it. Oh, man. Nice jump. Yeah, he's going to get that tower for sure. And boom. Nicely done. Yeah, I don't really know that it's worth it, because, you know, blue team already had those towers, and they got a dragon out of it, but at the same time, there was no way that the red team was going to get that dragon anyway. So, at least this way they got a tower, as opposed to him teleporting down, deaths happening, and then, you know, the enemy team getting kills and dragons and bad things for the red team. So, yeah. Jax is going to go ahead and head back now. He still has his teleport. Hasn't been able to make use of the fact that his teleport is there while Aurelia's is not. But we may see that soonish, as these guys are coming in for the gank. Riven, oh, the Q lands onto the Vigar, follows through, not going to finish it off there. Nice assassination. Down goes the Lee Sin, and there is that teleport there from the Jax. Looks like for now they're just going to go ahead and shove this, but the Lulu's going to be hard-pressed to defend this against these two. So she may end up having to sacrifice her tower here. There's, of course, no backup at all from Lee Sin. Just kidding. Vigar's going to walk off, and they just shove this so she can go ahead and grab it. That ended up being a fairly wasted teleport there from Jax, which is not ideal at all, because now Aurelia's is about to come back up, and we'll have to see if she ends up making use of the time. Oh, stuff happening down bottom. Alright. Krepo, you're not going back. Alright. Oh, is he going to land a binding? Lands a binding onto Thresh. Goes in with the ulti. Tristana jumps in, but immediately gets hit by the snare. But she's able to secure that Thresh, and they immediately go back to farming. Oh, man. Nice stun there from Krepo. Says, no, you don't get to kill me, and he's going to get out of this with his life intact. Ooh, Aurelia's going in onto the Riven. Riven should be able to get out of this fine, yeah. Vigar's there to help. Nice stun gate. And that is a useless Aurelia now. She's just having to stand there. May shove this up a little. I'm not actually sure what she's roaming to at the moment. Maybe coming down here, because these guys are actually pretty dangerous at the moment. Krepo in particular is in a pretty dangerous position. She is indeed circling around from behind. There's no wards here, so they don't know she's there. Oh, just kidding. Krepo just warded it. And there we go. She's coming in right now. Out comes the heal. Very nice heal indeed, followed by the binding there. Stun gate misses from Vigar, but they did get a flash out of Aurelia. And in the meantime, of course, Jax is top, just farming away. He's up to 111 CS now. He's going to be able to get that Triforce really soon, and that's going to be one of his big power spikes. So they've got to watch out. Letting a Jax power farm is never what you want to do, and they're actually doing pretty well at forcing these guys to not go back. Oh, out comes the binding there, but the wall from Vigar means that these guys may end up going down. At the very least, Thresh will. Oh! Didn't even notice how Kog'Maw died, I guess. How did Kog'Maw die? Alright. Nice binding, but yeah, not so good there. Oh! Was it red buff? Yeah, it looks, yeah, it was... No! Okay, right. It's because it's Tristana. Her... Is it explosive shot? Yeah, it's explosive shot. And these guys are going for the tower. In comes the Lee Sin, lands the wall there. So Lee Sin did not be able to come in. They did manage to go ahead and secure that Tristana though. So it wasn't too bad, but this tower's just about dead. And that right there would tie up the teams in tower kills. And I think it's about to happen as well. I don't think Aurelia is going to be able to force this back on her own. Yeah, it's going to go down. Oh, Dark Binding lands from Krepo there. In comes the Riven. The stun gate from Vigar. That is a dead Aurelia, a dead tower, and really good news for the red team. And of course, in the meantime, Jax is still just farming. He's up to 126. Now, he's actually almost caught up with Aurelia, which is not good news for Aurelia at all. He shoved this as well, and it's already starting to feed the farm to the tower. So she's going to miss out on a little more. The Kog'Maw is actually on his way up to go ahead and grab it, but he should actually miss a couple of them. Only one. Two. Missed two. That's definitely not too bad. Maybe three. No, you missed two. Yeah, you missed two. But in the meantime, of course, the red team's shoving down this mid lane, and this tower's below half. Tristana is definitely a tower buster. And she's going to be able to take this down pretty fast. Thresh is doing his best to go ahead and make sure she's not able to do that. Just pressuring her off the lane. When you see a Thresh walking towards you, always makes you nervous because you never know who's coming behind. And, you know, they could be way away. And with that lantern, he could come right back in. And there's really nothing you can do about it. So, very good decision on her part to jump away early. Because had she jumped away a little later, he has that flay, which of course interrupts her jump. And that would have been bad news for her. Very bad news indeed. I'm not sure what Jack's doing. Looks like he may be thinking about coming on down here. He's got that Triforce finally. He's actually just roaming around. Puts a ward in that bush so he sees them coming. And, oh, Krepo's hanging out in the bush as well. Oh, it's going to be a big fight here. The Veigar comes up as well. And by big fight, I mean it's going to be a disengage from both teams. Clearly, that's what I meant. I mean, I don't know why you would think otherwise. There we go. Riven is going in, doing a little bit more damage there to the Irelia, but nothing too big. Tristana's shoving mid. That tower's going to go down really quickly. Nice wall there from the Veigar. Lands it onto the Thresh. Thresh just melts. Tristana gets that tower, and these guys are on the run now. It's actually a 4 versus 3 down here thanks to that Thresh death. And, ooh, Lee Sin may be coming for Krepo, but I don't think that'd be a good idea. Now, these guys are continuing to shove the tower. Jax is, of course, here to do some mad damage. Out comes that Veigar wall again, landing the stun. And Lee Sin Q doesn't do so well against Veigar wall. And, of course, Krepo landing those bindings. Doing quite a bit of damage, actually. And, ooh, Flash comes out from Lulu, and it comes out from the Jax as well. She flashes in, does manage to finish off the Tristana, but she dies to Tristana with Jax's help there. So that actually ends up going, I'd say, better for the red team than for the blue team. But there is a teleport coming in here if these guys aren't careful. And it is actually a Irelia with home guards. But it doesn't matter because she actually got hit by the Dark Binding. Stun gate from Veigar means this is going to be a safe red team. They're going to get out of this with no problem. Dark Binding lands again onto the Irelia, and she gets hit with Dark Matter. Getting hit with a lot of dark stuff right now. But blue team's going for the dragon, and red team might be able to go for this, but I kind of doubt it. Actually, Jax has teleport, so they might go for it. It'd be a 4 versus 4, and yeah, in comes that teleport from Jax. He's going in. Krepo goes down, but Jax is doing quite a bit of damage. He dodges the hook. Veigar's chasing down the Kog'Maw, so the AD carry for the red team, for the blue team, isn't here. On the other hand, neither is the AD carry for the red team. So yeah, Jax is doing quite a bit of damage. Lee Sin is forced back. Jax is getting really low here. Veigar got Kog'Maw, which is good, but at the same time, his team just got decimated there, and they're going to get this dragon as well. Veigar might actually end up going down to this. He gets hit by the hook there, gets hit by the slow from Lulu. He's going to do his best to burst them down, but it didn't end up happening. And that is a shutdown onto Veigar, which is terrible news for them. Tristana's pushing top, but it's going to be another tower kill there for the blue team, putting them... a dragon kill for the blue team. They're still behind in gold because the red team has destroyed more turrets. But, you know, that's definitely going to help them quite a bit. On the minus side, though, for them, Tristana's still shoving this down. And, of course, she's Tristana. This tower's going down super fast. I don't know that Kog'Maw is going to be able to save this. I think it's going to go down. And Tristana's probably actually going to be able to get out of this with no problem. Oh, jumps in. And she's able to take out the Kog'Maw. Jumps out. In goes the Lee Sin, though. Nice flash. She's now going after the Lee Sin. He kicks her away. He's like, I'm not going to fight that. He would have gone down. Lulu's coming in along with Thresh. The Riven is here to help, though. And she's going to go for this. Goes in, lands the stun onto the Lulu, forcing them to go back. She gets hooked by the Thresh, though. And looks like she'll be able to get out of this. She's Riven. Riven's really good at doing that. And yeah, that was a very nice play by her. She was able to go ahead and save the Tristana. And that Tristana is able to escape there with the tower kill and the Kog'Maw kill, which is great news for her. That's going to widen that gap up even more. It's now just about 2k difference, and things are not looking good for the blue team anymore. Aurelia, you don't want to go in on Jax. I'm pretty sure Jax would come out and kick your butt. There we go. She's going in, and we'll see what ends up happening. Kog'Maw is here, so my statement about her kicking his butt is actually false. Had it not been for Kog'Maw being here, it would have been a whole lot more iffy. He's doing his best to get out, but he's going to go down. The Dark Binding lands from Krepo, but it's a little too late. Jax goes down. He did his best to escape. Didn't end up happening, though. In a one-on-one between Aurelia and Jax, I'm not actually sure who would have won. I'm kind of surprised that we don't see the Blade of the Ruined King on Jax. Thought that was core on him, but it's possible that since the AD changes, that has changed. I'm altogether not certain. I'll have to check that out later on pro builds, because I want to see if they are indeed going for that. Aurelia's going for the Tristana. Nice buster shot, though. Punch her way. Dark Binding lands from Krepo. That is a dead Aurelia. She's going to go down. Nice stun. She does indeed go down. Lulu is doing her best to harass the Vigar off. Not going to happen, though. And Dark Binding just misses there. Q just misses from the Lee Sin as well. Sonic Wave. And it's going to be another disengage. That's a dead Aurelia. And that's another kill to Triss. This is terrible news for the blue team. Triss now has her IE. She's got that static shiv, and she's working on Bilgewater Cutlass. So things are not looking good at all for the blue team. Meantime, Riven's just down here counter jungling it up. Jax is split pushing. You know, he's Jax. Of course he's split pushing. Jax always split pushes. And in the meantime, blue team is just doing their best to get what little farm they can. Thresh is actually getting this farm down here because all of his allies are all defending each other over here at the blue buff. Kog'Maw was there to help just in case they were needed, and they're actually playing super defensive, except Aurelia. Aurelia's going off, doing some damage to Jax. Dodges his stun, so that's actually good, but oh hi, Riven says hello, and that's going to be a dead Aurelia. Goes down to Krepo, actually, and they're going to be able to shove this tower down. Jax, of course, is a massive tower killer. He's got a Riven on his side, and this tower is going to go down really fast. Spell immune. Sorry, dude. Down goes that tower, indeed. And they should be able to disengage if they want to. Vigar's actually doing a decent amount of damage. A little bit of damage there to the Lee Sin. Landed that stun gate, though, so he was not able to engage. And now the entire red team is here. Aurelia is dead, of course. Oh, wow, Krepo got hit hard. He's probably about to die. Yeah, he got hit by the Thresh, and then the Q there from Lee Sin. He goes down as well. I don't know what chunked him so hard. That was nasty, though. That was a lot of damage really fast, because he went from full to about a quarter health in about one shot. So, that was pretty darn painful. He didn't get kicked. I'm not sure what exactly did it. Might have been Lulu, actually. Lulu's pretty deadly. Alright. There we go. He's working on his Randuins now. He's actually going pretty much full defense right now after that Trinity Force. He's not going for the offense at all. Let's go ahead and put it on him. Well, not much is really happening. I can go ahead and check pro builds just really fast just to see what they're saying and to see if I am correct. I thought they would do the Blade of the Ruined King earlier. Alright, now I'm looking. It is still pretty much core on him. I guess it's possible that I just misunderstood when to build it. No. The ones I'm looking at, they all build it first, actually, so it's actually kind of strange that he's not building it at all yet. But we'll have to see how it ends up paying off for him. He is going for the more defensive. Honestly, at the same time, come to think of it, that could also be because of the team comp. He knows that his team is pretty darn squishy as it is. I mean, they've got a Riven. You don't really build tanky on Riven. You scale off of her AD, and you don't build tanky. So he knows that with all of them being, down goes Lee Sin, Lulu ult, not enough to save him. Out comes the teleport there from Aurelia, but it's going to be a 4 versus 5 if they engage. It's not a good idea. But yeah, he knows they need somebody tanky, so I have a feeling he's just building for their tank. He may end up building that Blade of the Ruined King later. Down goes the Thresh as well. Another deadly stun gate coming out. Jax doing a lot of damage there to Kog'Maw. Not going to be able to finish him off. Oh, Riven, I think, flashed in. Nice heal there from Kog'Maw. They're just barely keeping himself alive. And the red team's going to go ahead and back off here. They're going for the Baron now. And there's not really much that the blue team can do. Lee Sin might be able to get there in time if these guys don't manage to take it down fast enough. But honestly, I don't think that's going to happen. It is going down really fast. It's nearly dead. I think they're going to get this kill with no problem. Aurelia comes in to do what she can. Goes in onto Krepo, but the Dark Binding lands onto the Lulu there. Down goes Lulu. Tristana jumps to go for the Aurelia. One auto attack. One more auto attack. I'd say 2 more auto attacks. She's dead. I think she's dead either way. Gonna have a jump come out here for the Tristana, and that is going to be a dead Aurelia. She jumps to a minion, though. What? Oh, yep. Down she goes. Kill goes to Tristana. The blue team came down here to go for this dragon, though, while the red team was chasing. So they're going to be able to get this dragon. But definitely not worth the Baron. Although, one could argue that the dragon is not worth the kill there on Aurelia. So, you know, it's a little bit of both ways there. But either way, red team definitely came in at that one ahead. They have the Baron buff now. They're about 6k, actually exactly 6k ahead in gold. So they're definitely having a really good time. They've got all that vision. They've actually got a whole lot more vision control than do the blue team. Blue team has just a couple wards, and the red team's got a decent coverage of the blue team's jungle there, mostly from, you know, lane to Baron. And then, of course, they've got a little bit in their own jungle as well, just as defensive, which I 100% agree with. Very much. Jax is up here to go ahead and farm this up. He's got that Randuin's now, as well as Ninja Tabby, or Tabai? I'm not actually sure how people say it. Well, I've heard both, and I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I should really pay attention in the LCS, because I'm pretty sure they say this one every once in a while. But he was actually getting close to being a gank there onto the Jax until they realized that, hey, there's 4 people shoving down here. And unfortunately for them, they realized that slightly too late, which ended up getting a dead inhibitor turret, and it's probably going to be a dead turret as well. In comes the teleport from Jax. Riven's getting low. Buster shot there from the Tristana. Jax goes in. He's doing what he can. He's getting low, though, but in goes the Morgana. Lands the ulti. Actually, it doesn't end up stunning anybody. Down goes the inhibitor, though. Lou goes down to the Vigor right after she takes him down. Krepo goes down to that Kog'Maw. Jax is doing his best to take down the Aurelia. She goes down to Jax, indeed. And Tristana is still full. She is still full power. She's going to go for the Thresh, get the reset, and immediately go for Kog'Maw. There we go. Gets that reset, and we're probably going to see her jump right on over to go for that Kog'Maw. Just kidding. She's going to stick around and go for the tower instead. I was wrong. Kog'Maw did actually manage to go and take down the Jax, but they just lost both of their Nexus turrets, and they may actually lose the game here. I honestly cannot see Kog'Maw being able to defend this alone. Yeah, down goes Kog. He's not going to be able to do enough damage to Tristana to kill her, and this is going to be a dead inhib, or a dead Nexus. Unless Tristana gets cocky. Nope. Yeah, it's gone. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. GG. Apparently we're going to watch it twice. Sweet. Alright, anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.